Every one of us knows a situation where we think about something, but we don't come to a conclusion. Could, and I'm not talking about seconds or minutes, it's for days, for even weeks, maybe even months. Uh, We just don't come to a conclusion, to a solution, to a problem. For example, I always thought about, okay, what job might suit me? And I just thought about it, not more. And so it was just staying in my head, and it wasn't clear to me what I was thinking, what I wanted. But that changed when I started journaling. And I think you should try too if you have this problem. Because journaling, it's not hard to do. So there are many forms of it, but let's say expressive journaling, which would be a fit for this problem. Just write down what you think, and when done, you're done, and you read it. And once you read it, you become so much more aware of what you are thinking. And I think that helped me the most with these kinds of problems. You can write it down anywhere you want. I personally like to do it on a notebook, but it's just important that you get it out of your head. Because not only do you become more aware of your thinking, but also you just feel the weight put off your shoulders because it's out of your head. It's not everything is inside of you, but it's out. So you have it in here, and your head doesn't feel as heavy anymore. And you'll get it once you do this. So there are two other types of journaling which I will recommend to you depending on which problem you want to solve. So there is deep journaling, and it's basically just writing a deep question you want to journal about. And it's always, not always, but often somehow philosophical. You write it down because it's just easier to write it down than to think about it. Because when you're thinking about it, you go left and right, up and down. When you write it down, you have a clear structure, a clear path. So the next type is gratitude journaling, and it means to write down things that you are grateful for. And those things don't need to be huge. It could also be small things. For example, I'm grateful for my pen because it enables me to journal in my notebook. And this is it. And this is special because it helps you to see the world a little bit better, to appreciate the things that you don't think of every day. I have this pen, but I don't sit here and think, oh, thankful for my pen. It's really special because when you think about it, you see those things that you are not always aware of. Okay, I have this lamp, I have this book, these books, but you don't consciously think about them, and this does the thinking for you. And journaling is not a little girl writing in her diary, it's a lot more because imagine you're clearing up your mind so you have much more space for something new. And before that, before you journaled, you never had time for those things because those thoughts were just taking your time, your attention. They were a distraction. And through journaling, you put them to the side and have the energy, the time, and the focus to get to something new. One extra tip that I'd like to give you is to do expressive journaling before bed because I'm a person who likes to think when going to bed, but it's not that cool when you need 30 minutes to fall asleep. So I always journal to free up my mind and to go to bed peacefully. The last benefit I'll mention is that through journaling you'll get to know yourself a lot better because you're writing what you write down, your opinion, your thoughts, and when you read it, okay, that's me, that's what I am thinking, and it's different than just thinking it in your head, other than seeing what you wrote down. And if a year from now on, you can go back and read what you wrote, and then you'll see maybe different, maybe you'll think the same, but it it will add something to your personal growth and knowing yourself, who you are, and what you believe. So I hope this helped and that you'll try it. Yeah.